It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go about things in the knowledge that there's nothing riding on it.
Yeah, maybe there is some scope for experimentation.
Yeah, I suppose something different to the norm. That would be an interesting prospect. It could get combustible.
So we're up and running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is developing a massive reputation. The raw power, the speed, the ability to find the net in all sorts of ways. Sometimes you just wonder how you're going to stop him, and I think as a defender you'd be hard-pressed for answers.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Now, can they get him away? And it's Neymar. Eva Nilsson.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Looking for options for movement. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Neymar. And here's Eva Nilsson! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now that's well seen too. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to...
Big chance! Goal! Norway! Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Well, the ball was there to be hit, Peter, but wow, even so, that's never easy. Everything has to be perfect for that to come off.
So, a breakthrough already. Oh, good spread. Aimed beyond the defence. He's gone for goal. And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Pinches it off him.
Brazil really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Haaland. Oh, they can break here. Haaland stood his ground strongly. Ederson. And it's Alexandro. And it's Neymar. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Has a look and plays it forward. Lucas Paqueta. And here's Evan. He'll try from distance! Brilliant by Evan Nielsen! A finish right from the top draw. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Brazil restore parity.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Neymar. Neymar! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Goes for a shot! Goal, Brazil! And the comeback is complete.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Brazil have their lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Brazil have scored 2 quick goals here and are 2-1 up. What a comeback. Berger. Now it's Haaland. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. That's beautifully weighted. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. More and more pressure on the ball here. Now it's Evan Nielsen. And here's Paqueta. And here's Rafinha. Brazil looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Marquinhos. Looking for the run. Ederson. Marquinhos. Half-time getting close now. And Rafinha. And it's Guimaraes. Now it's Neymar. And he's played it back. Ederson. And it's Paqueta. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And it's Guimaraes. And here's Evan Nielsen. Shapes to shoot! Well taken goal. And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Pelo jogador, camisa 11.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Lucas Paqueta. It's a searching pass. And it's half-time.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Brazil largely dominant, up by 2 at the break. The scoreline 3-1. And we get things going again. He's had it taken off him. Now it's Nielsen. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That is ended up in no man's land. Rafinha, shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Haaland. That's going wide left. Space for him to turn and look, and he's managed to get free. That is lovely. Nicely aimed pass. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Great defending, strong and determined. And it's Neymar. Nicely worked. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And here's Nielsen.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, that is a good ball to find him. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Bruno Guimaraes. Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Berger. Now Ryerson. Ødegaard. Nielsen being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Lofted in. Neymar. Nielsen, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Great vision. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Nielsen! And that's off target. Now it's Nielsen. Now it's Haaland. This looks promising. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That's good vision. And he was quick to react. Ryerson. Now Ødegaard. Rafinha. Ederson. Out towards the flank. And it's Neymar. And it's Guimaraes. And no, that was never going to make it. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Ederson is the guilty party there. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And it's been hooked away. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Alexandro. Neymar. Nicely weighted ball. Spread neatly. Impressive jump! And that really should have been that.
You could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up.
Now it's Sorlot. And he's had it nicked away. Brazil can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Berger. Now, what about a counter-attack? Haaland. Evan Nielsen is onto this. Oh, well made. He's going for goal! And that's a real chance missed.
Substituição em andamento.
Norway making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Rafinha. Now Ederson. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Ederson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Bruno Guimaraes. And Rafinha gives it back.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Good ball, good take. Lucas Paqueta! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. 2 minutes to be added on. And time is up. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Evan Nielsen claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like a friendly to me, Peter.
The atmosphere, absolutely that of a premium contest.
Yeah, and this crowd are demanding the most from their players, and it looks like they might get what they came for.
So things are under... Rafinha! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? Alexandro. It's a pretty loose pass. Ederson. Ibanez. Sorlot. Bruno Guimaraes wins the duel this time. Oh, that's well spotted. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any...
He's having a pop! Oh, my something! A finish right from the top draw! And there is your opener! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So, a breakthrough already. Now it's Solot. Marquinhos. And it's Paquetá. And here's Rafinha. Eva Nilsson. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Brazil very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Shifted upfield. Played out to the left flank. And he welcomes it in.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And that has been cut short. Berger. Rafinha. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And here's Neymar, and he's chosen to go back. Rafinha. Oh, good ball! Eva Nilsson! That is decidedly lacking. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Now it's Eva Nilsson. Chance, surely! Oh, good finish! And they're threatening to fly away here. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Brazil are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Looking for a runner. That's good vision. And it's hoisted clear.
This is the time you need that pace.
Gabriel. Wiverton. Oh, terrible mistake. Bruno Guimaraes. And here's Solot. Eva Nilsson on a hat-trick. What do you think that'll mean to him, Jim?
Well, I think it'll mean a huge amount to him. The way he's been playing, I fully expect him to turn his 2 goals into 3. His appetite has been brilliant, and he totally merits a third.
He looks a really hungry player right now. Gabriel. Now Ederson. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Brazil looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Gabriel kept his eye on it, and he's there. And here's Eva Nilsson, pinches it off him. Ryerson. And it's Ødegaard. Some good work on the right flank here. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Ederson gets a foot in here. Now it's Eva Nilsson. And here's Eva Nilsson. Haaland. Now it's Nielsen. Chips it through.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Brazil have... He'll try from distance! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. A thrilling end to the half there, one that very nearly changed the complexion of this game completely. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Brazil firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. And here is the first touch of the second half. Ibanez, Ederson, now it's Nielsen, knocks it into space, and he's worked it through. Chance! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Nielsen really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
Berger. Now it's Nielsen. Now that looks a decent ball. Now the cross. Oh, good effort! Oh, it's come off the upright. Now it's Sorloth. He's picked his way through. Another throw-in. And it's Ødegaard. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Nielsen.
Oh, really well played.
Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Yeah, the confidence we can admire, the decision-making we can't. He'll learn from it.
Cross in, looks like a good one. Oh, nicely intercepted. Early stages of the second half, and still 2 between them. Oh, that looks a good ball through. He's going for goal! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Nielsen deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Oh, strongly challenged there. 60 minutes played. Stood up well to him there. Nielsen being hunted in packs.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
Ødegaard! A real chance and a real let-off.
Norway certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Oh, that's superb. And the shot! He's got away with one there.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
That has ended up in no man's land. Taken back almost at once. Lucas Paqueta. That's put paid to the danger. Bruno Guimaraes, Neymar, and here's Evan Neal, tries one from range, but he's left disappointed.
Evan Nielsen really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Now it's Evan Nielsen. Oh, that looks a cracking... Oh, he's having a go! Oh, glorious! That is a special one! He's got himself an absolute peach. With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
A case now of complete control. Ryerson. It's a searching pass. Bruno Guimaraes. Now Ederson. Ibanez. And it's Marquinhos. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. He's shifted it to the flank. Ødegaard producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness.
That's good pressing, it's really squeezing everything.
And that's a throw-in. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, it's about time. I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
Could go all the way here. He's picked his way through. Can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
He's rising! And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Brazil are almost home and dry now. That is good alertness. Lobbed in behind. Bob.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
They've got to make this nice and quick. Brazil have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Ibanez. And the counter is on. Time and again they are repelled. And it's Paqueta. He's through here. He's having a hit! Brilliant from Rafinha! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Just cruising! They are cruising! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. That's a good foray he's making. Chips it through. That's the keeper's ball. And that is as far as it goes. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Eva Nielsen voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim? Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
It'll be in.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Brazil! The first significant strike. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
Para o Brasil. Aos 4 minutos do primeiro tempo pelo jogador, camisa 16.
So, a breakthrough already. It's a pretty loose pass. Lucas Paqueta. He's onside. That's a sharp pass. Oh, they can break here. Now that looks a decent ball. Great ball, and and the shot! And that's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Now it's Haaland. Rafinha. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And the keeper's got it again. Bruno Guimaraes. Now Ederson. Nice looking ball. Neatly clipped into space. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Now it's Eva Nielsen. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lucas Paqueta does well to get it back. Now it's Eva Nielsen. Rafinha! Rafinha! Goal! Brazil! Into the lead once more. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Brazil with the lead. front-footed pressing going on here. Now it's Evan-Nielsen. And he's decided to go for it. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. And the counter is on. And he's worked it through. Picked out brilliantly. He's got away. Great chance! Well, that is rather wayward.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Oh no, this does not look good. Oh, easy pickings there. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Evan-Nielsen. Now it's Rafinha. And it's Paquetá. Now that's well seen too. Well, that has not gone well. And here's Evan-Nielsen. Ødegaard. So what can they make of this? Bruno Guimaraes. Ødegaard promptly onto that, and that is that. Berger bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Marquinhos. Ibanez tries to play it through. Berger. He's having a pop! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Oh, this looks sharp. Bruno Guimaraes. Looking for a runner. Dink through. And he gets rid in a hurry. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Ryerson. Oh, they could be caught out here. Tries one from range. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Bruno Guimaraes wins the duel this time. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Always onto this. He's had a shot! And he should have made them pay.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
That's a lovely, neat pass.
Foram indicados 2
Neymar.
minutos de acréscimo.
And it's Guimaraes. And here's Rafinha. And here's Paquetá. It's a promising position. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Gabriel calmly anticipates. That's it, 45 minutes up. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football. And it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Brazil leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Stood up well to him there. Haaland. Now it's Solot. Succumbs to the pressure. Gabriel. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. And he shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Brazil with the corner, they're first. Now, who's going to be first to this? And again! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Berger. Well timed, excellent interception. Ryerson, aim forwards.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Ederson. Great vision. And he's picked it up out wide. Eva Nielsen. Marquinhos. Ederson. Haaland. Not the most accurate pass. Eva Nielsen needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. And here's Paqueta. Eva Nielsen. That is a brilliant interception. Rafinha! It's a goal! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Simplicity itself.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Brazil now in a position far more desirable.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Haaland. This looks promising. Berger. Here's Haaland. Now it's Eva Nielsen.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He's on it, can he get away? And he's certainly onside here. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Bruno Guimaraes. He'll try from distance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Bruno Guimaraes really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Ryerson is there and he can get that clear. Pinches it off him. Norway are looking to go forward now. Well, that pass isn't the best. And he's been shifted off it. Played back. It's a good spell of possession, this. Berger. And it's Ødegaard. Eva Nielsen looking understandably energised after his goal. No way through. Lucas Paqueta. Oh, he's having a go! And that really should have been that.
Well, it was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
So, third corner of the game. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ryerson. Ødegaard. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Looking for options for movement. Oh, that's a fine interception. And he's there to belt it away. And it's Guimara. He's going for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Spread out to the left. He's had it taken off him. He's picked his way through. And the finish! It's off target and by quite a way. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Eva Nielsen. Tries from a long way out. He's got away with one there.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Teremos uma substituição.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. Bob. He's found a way through. Chance to tries a shot. It didn't come off, but an audacious effort.
Well, you've got to admire the confidence and the agility. Wasn't too far off either.
He's rising! That was superb goalkeeping.
Ryerson is offering a right smile there.
And shot at goal! And it's come back out to him. It's a goal! Deep into injury time! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Norway give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Oh, that's a key interception. And there goes the final whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. Eva Nielsen taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
We are just getting started. Rafinha. Ødegaard. So what can they make of this? Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
It's very hard to miss this guy, Haaland, when there's all 6'4" of him. A player with great football pedigree in his family, remembering his father played in the English top flight. The most talked about man in football. He's really one of a kind and marauds his way around the pitch.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. And it's Guimaraes. Now it's Rafinha. Oh, that's a key interception. So no chances falling either way for the time being. Foot in. Eva Nielsen over to the right flank. Neymar. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Stood up well to him there. Ødegaard. Bruno Guimaraes gets a foot in here. Lucas Paquet applies the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Now it's Ødegaard. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Haaland! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Alexandro. Eva Nielsen. That's a shade optimistic. And he thumps it clear. It's a pretty loose pass. This might spell chance! Goal! Brazil! And Brazil take the lead. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Now it's Nielsen. That's an imaginative pass. And he's gone looking for safety.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made...
Good effort from distance. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Nielsen clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
He's picked his way through. Decent chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Ah, he's given it away. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Now it's Neymar. He's having a hit! Good read, needed to be. And that is well cleared. Ball's gone out of play. Bruno Guimaraes. And here's Nielsen. And he shoots! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. Nielsen! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Ederson. Lucas Paqueta. Now it's Nielsen. Rafinha. Oh, some astute defending there. Berger. Oh, that's fabulous. Now there's a tries one from range. He's got away with one there.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chase.
That's the end of the first 45. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Brazil leading by 1 at the break.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Brazil can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. We're on the move again.
Brazil definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
No, that's been intercepted. Odegaard. Oh, this looks sharp. Distributed tidily. He's onside. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Surlot. And tries a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Rafinha. Goes for a shot! And no mistake. And this is getting better and better. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Brazil are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And he's got away from him. And that's really well manoeuvred. Looking for the run. Oh, well measured. Here's a chance! And he should have made them pay.
Rafinha has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Can he get it through? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Haaland. Threads one in. Eva Nielsen is being harried and hassled.
Well, learning from your mistake.
Takes the shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Brazil really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Played through into space. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And the ball is out of play. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Haaland. And it's made its way to him. Chips it through. That's the keeper's ball. Nicely shaped ball, and he was quick to react. And it's Berger. Norway disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Neatly clipped into space. Shoots! Oh, special! That is a special goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
There you go. That's what happens when you've got top-class talent.
Brazil find a position of real strength now. Can he get on the end of this? Rafinha. Very nice. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now it's Neymar. Not the most accurate pass. "75 minutes played."
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Now it's Bruno Guimaraes. Big chance! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Brazil certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Substituição.
Corner number 2 then. Ederson! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Haaland. And here's Sorloth.
Sorloth really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Brazil are almost home and dry now. Now it's Sorloth. Berger. Now it's Haaland. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Ambitious ball here. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he is deftly away. Alexandro does well not to be outdone there. Rafinha looking understandably energised after his goal. And he's intervened well there. And he's forced to go back. Now it's Evan-Nielsen. That's rather hopeful. And somehow he kept it out. And we're done. Brazil really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Evan-Nielsen voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And we rise now for the English national anthem. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
there's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Jordan Pickford. He's a great all-round goalkeeper, Peter. Great at shot stopping and dominant in his box. He also gets counter-attacks going with his accurate long passes. The opposition should be a little wary of committing too many men forward to attack, because if it does break down, this guy can get them in trouble.
He's having a hit! Nearly, but not quite.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Rice. Now Konsa. James. And it's Rice. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mexico with the corner. They're first. There's the header! But he's left disappointed. Mexico have their second corner now. Surely now! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Well, it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Rice. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Bellingham did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Gordon.
Such good technique.
He's picked his way through. No, he's not getting past him there. Spread to the right. Shoots! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. So, third corner of the game. And he thumps it clear. Spread it left. Kane. Now that looks a decent ball. That is a great pick out. Madueke. He's through on goal. Takes a shot! Goal! England! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
England have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Mexico are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Rice. Bellingham. Here's Gordon. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's got away with one there. Dealt with nicely by the defence. It's a promising position.
Mexico truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Oh, he's having a go! A real chance and a real let-off.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Anderson. Bellingham. That's a good ball out wide. Now Anderson. And it's James. And it's Bellingham. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Oh, strongly challenged there. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Mexico unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Mexico can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
England are looking to break at pace. Bellingham, spread out to the left. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Space for him to turn and look. Chance! No, not the best of headers.
Mexico certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Konsa. It's Bellingham. James. Oh, played through for the wide man. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's got a side of goal. Oh, no, it's an own goal!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Takes the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
They're up to 5 corners now. Gordon is there, and he can get that clear. And now they can spring out of defence.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Bellingham has got himself a free kick, and it's Kane. And he's running through. And that pass just didn't quite work.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Played out wide. Ah, that's a fine interception. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
James. Now it's Madueke.
That's good play from him.
He's shifting through the gears here. Aimed beyond the defence. Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Kane. And that's really well manoeuvred. Good ball, good take. Pulls it back. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And here's Kane. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Nicely shaped ball. Stones gets over and intercepts. Rice. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. O'Reilly. Kane. Spread it left. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Kane. Bellingham. Nice looking ball. That pass has been well intercepted. Rice. And that's going wide left. And he was quick to react. Rice. Bellingham.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Pass is just off target. O'Reilly.
Mexico really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
James. Anderson. And it's Bellingham. Oh, delightful ball. Bellingham. Anderson. Just 5 minutes left. James. And Madueke. Now it's Kane. Stones. And it's Bellingham. Knocks it into space. O'Reilly. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Now it's Kane. Oh, that's a key interception. And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.